to order, and we're going to be starting with our Toastmasters promise. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, right.
Kindly confirm. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so right about now, let us take our Toastmasters promise as we begin this meeting. As member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefit Toastmaster membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters education and recognition program, to act within Toastmasters core values of respect, of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activity. Thank you for taking that with me. Next on our agenda, okay, briefly, let us take the national pledge. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity, and uphold her honor and glory. So help me God. Right about now, I'll quickly take our housekeeping rules. Our housekeeping rules. Let us remember to keep our phones on vibration. If we can put it on silent, then we would love to see your beautiful faces. So please, as much as possible, if we can turn on your videos, let's do that. And during the course of the meeting, kindly put your names and the role you'll be playing in front of your name so we know who is playing which role. Also, raise your hand if you need assistance or you'd like to participate in the table topic. The emoji for raising hand is right there on the screen. And also, let's keep our chat room busy. We would like to see your engagement in the chat room. Right about now, I'll be handing over the floor to our Mr. President. Tiem Olushola, you have the virtual floor.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's edition of our meeting. This is our second meeting this month. I'd like to ask, before we go too far, I know we've all heard it's Thanksgiving week. In some places, it's probably already Thanksgiving Day, celebrated in today's services. But what are you grateful for? Let's go to the chat room. Just name one thing. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for life. Every other thing is an addition. I am definitely grateful for life. And so a few months ago, my domestic staff actually gave birth. And wow, yippee, I was so excited for her and the family. And we had planned to give them something substantial to support. However, due to fraction of what we had intended. But guess what? She called severally to thank my wife and I. Absolutely over the moon, praying profusely. Next, the husband. It was so fascinating to see how a little act of kindness met with an outpouring of gratitude. But little did she know that that was just a small installment, right? And those acts of gratitude only strengthened our resolve to deliver the other installments. In the words of Oprah Winfrey, be thankful for what you have. You end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. I'd like us to see gratitude as a muscle that needs exercising. And when we express our thanks, it helps us to strengthen relationships, to foster positivity, to cultivate resilience, as well as inspire others. Melody Betty puts it so aptly when she says, gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns acceptance, chaos into order. It turns confusion into clarity, turns problems into gifts, failures into successes, the unexpected into perfect timing, and mistakes into important events. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. That's according to Melody Betty. And so today, I want to explore, I want us to explore ways in which we can exercise our gratitude muscle through our prepared speeches or table topics or evaluations. Let's practice expressing gratitude, but with sincerity and specificity. As we participate in today's meeting, I'd like to charge us. A simple thank you can change someone else's day. Acknowledging the efforts of others will definitely help us to continue to foster a supportive community here at LEARNTOR Toastmasters. Remember, gratitude is a choice, and choosing it can help us to transform lives. So let's make gratitude a habit, starting here today, right now. And that's why our meeting theme today is expressing gratitude, which is more than just words that we say, but really a mindset of our hearts. I encourage you today to please share your own stories, listen actively, and offer genuine appreciation. If you're not speaking, the chat rooms are there. Let's keep them buzzing. Offer a genuine, sincere, and specific. Before we go further, I'd like us to please take a moment to reflect just on one person who may have made a positive impact in our lives this year. It's been a challenging year for several of us. But just think of one person who's made that impact in your life, and please express gratitude. And if they're not on this call, make it a point of duty to reach out to them in this Thanksgiving week and let them know how grateful you are that they are in your life. What matters at the end of the day is that we acknowledge the good around us. And on that, let's make today's meeting a celebration of gratitude. And because I'm on the podium, I will start by expressing gratitude to you, each and every one of you. You could be anywhere else on this planet, doing anything else you choose to do, but you chose to invest it by being in this meeting. And for that, I want to say thank you to you. Thank you. For those of you who've woken up at a very ungodly time of the day, I'd like to say thank you to you too, and to you, and to you. Thank you for being there. On that note, it will give me great pleasure to introduce our Toastmaster of the day. Please, can you kindly share the bio for the Toastmaster of the day, if we've got it? Our Toastmaster of the day is someone I've had the privilege of working alongside in LEARNTOR Toastmasters. She actually gave me the rare privilege of being her assistant when she served as VPE. And one of the very first things I think we did was to try and connect. And connect we did. And she's an absolutely amazing woman. I saw her during the week a couple of days ago, and that kind of tells you the kind of woman that she is. She is a seasoned sales and marketing expert with a renowned FMCG company. She's a member of LEARNTOR Toastmasters, where she currently serves as the club's treasurer, not VPE. She previously served as our VPE in the last administration. Our primary focus is to establish meaningful connections, live happy, and share happiness. And I can tell you, she never lacks energy when you're around her. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. That's a favorite quote from Ellen Keller. And so with great pride, and I'm really glad to know you, I would like to introduce our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Clementina Otabo. You've got the virtual link.
Thank you very much for the warmth of your introduction, Mr. President. Your introduction was quite mellifluous. In fact, I am very excited and delighted to be playing the role of the Toastmaster of the day. And good afternoon to everyone, Toastmasters and guests. I am very happy to be your chaperone for today. I'll be running you through all the different segments of today's meeting. And for those who are new to our Toastmasters meeting, a typical Toastmaster meeting has 3 sessions. We have a session. The first session is the table topic session, where guests and members are expected to speak extemporaneously. Yay! Anyone who knows me knows why I gave a nod. So, and during the extemporaneous speeches, you are allowed to speak, on the cuff and, deliver speeches impromptu, if that word is correct. Yeah. And then the second stage, or the second part of the meeting, is the prepared speech segment rather. And during the segments, members of club who have, prepared their speeches will then deliver their prepared speeches. And this is where you see people bring up their professionalism and how they have really gone so far in putting effort to ensure that they deliver a sound speech. And then we have the final segment of the meeting, which is the evaluation segment. And during the evaluation segment, speakers would be evaluated, the overall meeting will be evaluated. And we all know that feedback is the breakfast of champions. So we get feedback on how we have, fared generally throughout the meeting. And as your Toastmaster of the day, I won't be doing this alone, right? I have like a group of armies, soldiers who'll be running this course with me. Yeah, and we have the general evaluator. But just before I introduce the general evaluator, our president said something, and I'd like to take us back to the theme of today's meeting, which is really about expressing gratitude. You know, I would like to just mention 4 benefits of gratitude, and I formed this acronym for it. It's called PEMS. That's PAMS, right? And it affects you physically, it affects you emotionally, it affects you psychologically, and then it affects you socially if you give gratitude. Because physically, you'll be mentally sound, and you'll be very happy, you know, physically, when you express gratitude to others, because it makes them feel good. Emotionally, you'll be excited. It puts you in this positive state of mind, and you're able to, you know, connect even better with others socially. So if you are wondering what you stand to gain from expressing gratitude, it will impact your physical well-being, your emotional well-being, your mental well-being, and your social well-being. And back to the president's comment about saying thank you to someone, or being grateful to someone, or expressing gratitude to someone. In the light of that, I'm very excited to have someone very special on this call, in the person of my cousin, Fidelis Igwe. Is an amazing person. And I just want to use this opportunity to really appreciate him for how amazing he has been in my life, you know, and maybe later on this call, we'll get to introduce ourselves and then get to meet evaluator. I'd like us to take a moment, in the spirit of expressing gratitude, to just reflect and make a note of something that we are really grateful for. And along the line, I'll call on us to actually just speak on 1 or 2 things that we are grateful for. So please reflect as we continue in this meeting. That being said, I would like to introduce our general evaluator. Our general evaluator is an amazing personality, Toastmaster Imabong. I fondly call her the African Queen, and you can already tell by the picture you see on the screen. She's a passionate innovator, dedicated to holistic well-being, combining intellectual rigor with an understanding of mind, body, and spirit. She empowers individuals through nutrition, mindfulness, yoga, and spiritual practices to create the life they desire. She's currently our vice president membership too. Our favorite quote is, "Whatever you think you can, whether you think you can or think you can't, either ways, you're right." And the quote is by Henry Ford. This reflects her commitment to empowering others to unlock their full potential. So join me with a resounding round of applause to welcome Toastmaster Imabong, our general evaluator for today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Timothy. Can everyone confirm they can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfect. I apologize first of all for the noise in the background. Fellow Toastmasters, guests, and esteemed speakers, good afternoon. Today our theme is one of the most important yet. In general language, I'm here to explore how this theme, gratitude is so different more. It's the lens through which we view not only our achievements, but also our opportunities for growth. Just like life, in Toastmasters, gratitude can transform how we receive feedback. Now imagine this. Every word of encouragement we receive is a gift, and every piece of constructive criticism is a seed planted for the future success. As evaluators, our role is not only to critique, but to lift, inspire, and guide each speaker to become their very best. Today, let's embrace the spirit of gratitude, not just what our speakers bring to the stage, but for the opportunities to support our journeys. Now, in this meeting, we will witness evaluations filled with appreciation for the courage it takes to stand up and speak. You will see evaluation highlights strength, serenity, and offer suggestions with kindness and encourages growth. Together, we are cultivating a space where every voice is heard, valued, and celebrated. So as we move forward, I encourage you, each one of us, to embrace gratitude in our hearts. Let us be thankful for the courage of our speakers, the wisdom of our evaluators, and the presence of each one of you, all of us. Remember, it's not just what you say, but the gratitude we bring into the world. It's what we share. Now, I'm going to be welcoming, just like Tiamudi nicely said, I'll be welcoming a bunch of people that would help me, the gentleman is the time. And the person who's going to be playing the role. And without further ado, I would bring Tiam for taking this role. The podium is yours. The lectern is yours. Can everyone hear me?
For a little bit.
Sorry?
For a little bit.
For a little bit, so I keep breaking in and out. And so I apologize for I'm outside. And so I'm trying to, can you hear me right now?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm calling on the timekeeper, the timer, Tiam Toby, who is a HR consultant for over 10 years. And she has experience in customer relationship management and human resources. She loves sightseeing, exploring life, and meeting interesting people, just like here at Toastmasters. So Tiam Toby, the lectern is yours.
All right, amazing afternoon, everyone. I hope we are doing very well. Thank you, the Toastmaster of the day. My name is Toby Ojo, and I'm the timer for today's meeting. My job is simple: to ensure we keep an eye on the time and ensure we manage it effectively. Prepare speeches on the average 5 to 7 minutes. And the table topics, if you are taking any table topics or taking any table topics speech, the maximum is 2 minutes. By 1 minute, you will get a green card. By 1 minute, 30 seconds, you see the yellow card flagged. And by 2 minutes, you see the red card, which means you should stop immediately. And for evaluation, the maximum for each speaker's evaluation is 3 minutes. So by 2 minutes, you see the green card flagged. And by 2 minutes, 30 seconds, you see the yellow card flagged. And by 3 minutes on the dot, you see the red card flagged. So just keep an eye as I flag the cards. Green means right on time, and yellow means you should start wrapping up
Red means stop right away. So we look forward to a wonderful meeting. I'll be back with my report at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Imungbong.
Thank you so much, TM Toby, for that. Before you quickly go, could you show us how the green cards, yellow cards is going to look on your screen so that we know what to look out for? So we could just show with your information on the green, yellow, and red card. While she's doing that, you can put Toby on the screen. She's giving you the time. So the speakers and the evaluators, impromptu speakers for the table topic, please be aware of the time, the notification of the colors on her screen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so I would go to the second person. Can everyone hear me? Yes.
Yes.
Toby, please, can you come back on the screen with your green, yellow, and red so we can see what it looks like? While you do that, I'm just going to call on to the next person. Thank you, TM Toby. Yes, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to call on the next person, who is the grammarian, who's going to give us the word of the day. I've tried my best not to use the word of the day because I think we'll be cheating. So without further ado, I would like to introduce TM Cynthia, who is our grammarian for the day. She is a customer relations officer. She works in VP Public Relations, and her favorite quote is, "The sky is wide enough for everyone to fly, so why not take that flight?" That's beautiful. And with gratitude, I welcome TM Cynthia. Let him please yours.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. Good afternoon. How are we all doing today? Please, I would like to hear responses, please. How are we all feeling today? How are we doing? Your Sunday is going great.
Feeling thankful.
Wow, that's good. Mine is going well. The word of the day today is mellifluous. Can everyone say that with me? Mellifluous. Please, I want to hear your voices. Mellifluous.
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 Yeah. Mellifluous. Yes.
Mellifluous.
Spelled Mellifluous. Mellifluous. Mellifluous comes from two Latin roots, the noun mel, meaning honey, and the verb flui, meaning to flow. So these two linguistic components flowed smoothly together into Latin word, the late Latin word mellifluous, then continued to Middle English word mellifluous, before crystallizing to the adjective we have today, mellifluous. Mellifluous simply means pleasing, pleasingly smooth and musical. Pleasingly smooth and musical. The synonyms are mellow, lyrical, melodic, musical. So you will agree with me that our word of today flows in line with our theme, which is gratitude. Because I guess there is no way you want to show gratitude to someone without, adding a little bit of, mellifluous in the way you want to do it. It's something smooth. So for our example right here, you can see the first example we have is a mellifluous voice expressed a sincere gratitude as she thanked everyone for their kindness. Second example we have is the mellifluous tones of the speaker filled the room as they delivered their captivating speeches at the Toastmasters meeting. So today I encourage us to use the word of the day because I will come back with my report to see how well and how far and how fervent you have with the word of the day today. And also, I encourage you to, when you're showing gratitude to that person, I know after this meeting, I encourage us to all show gratitude to the person, we feel grateful for. I want you to remember to be mellifluous in your action when showing gratitude. Thank you, and I will get back to you on my reports and to show how well we've used the word of the day and who the winner is. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, the mellifluous Cynthia. That was a mellifluous welcome. Spread the word of the day. You don't have to just use it when you speak. You can also drop your comment in the chat box using the word mellifluous. Before we progress, I put in the chat box. If we got guests around, could you please indicate by renaming yourself and just put guests so we know who you are? We can give you a mellifluous welcome as well to the meeting. Okay, now we go to the next role player, who is the accountant. The accountant is going to be TM Abiola, who is playing this role for the second time as a new member of Toastmasters Mentors. Now, to welcome TM Abiola, I would love to see her mellifluous writer on the screen, please. There we go. Thank you so much. Hey, so this is TM Abiola, who is an accountant in the making. She's starting again, y'all. It's not easy. Her favorite quote is "Born naked, but not empty." That is so profound. And without further ado, I would love to welcome on the podium the mellifluous speaking Abiola to present her role as the accountant. Thank you, Tim Abiola. The lecture is yours.
Thank you very kindly, TOD, dear esteemed Toastmaster and guest. The role of the accountant, which I'll be playing today, is to listen to everyone that will be speaking for filler words. These are words that are used involuntarily to fill up spaces, or maybe when we are nervous or thereabout. There are words like so, well, basically, literally, actually, right, etc. And there are a few things that we can do to avoid filling our speeches or our sentences with these words. We can work on using transition words like "let's move on." Another important point is "this leads us to," and so on and so forth. We can embrace pauses for effect and also take a breath. And where applicable, we can practice our speeches, and then we also can avoid long sentences. These are ways we can avoid using the filler words in our public speaking. And I will be back at the end of the meeting to give my report on how well we do on this and to let us know who has used the filler words the most. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you again at the end of the meeting.
Thank you so much for that mellifluous welcome, Tim Abiola. And you heard her voice. It was so pleasing. You heard the role of the accountant. Listen to your pause feelers by bringing pauses, breathing. This way we can avoid the use of nonsense words. Okay. Now the next person I'm going to call onto the podium is the listening evaluator. The listening evaluator is TM Salamatu. the mellifluous TM Salamatu. Yes. She's a lawyer, an advocate for justice. She's also a very big peacemaker. I think it's in her name. She's passionate about improving others. She is a member of LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club, and she served as the SAA, and is currently serving as a vice president public relations. Her focus is getting things done. And if listening said, that's what we're doing here at Toastmasters. Come here to get things done. So without further ado, I welcome to the lectern, TM Salamatu.
Thank you so very kindly, TM Mabong. A jolly good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests, and happy Thanksgiving Day. I am grateful to be here. It's a great day to be here. I'm thankful to have everyone here to be part of this family who would listen to me, and by listening to me speak, play roles and all of that, I'm able to improve myself. And that is something that I'm so much grateful for. My responsibility today as the listening evaluator is to assess and provide feedback on how well we listen in our session today. As you all know, active and empathetic listening is key to effective communication. So I'll be back to test how well we've listened. Thank you so very much, everyone. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you for that introduction of your role as a listening evaluator, TM Salamatu. You did that ridiculously well. Okay, so that's it from me. You heard from the timer how we will be monitoring or managing our time. You've heard from the grammarian. TM Cynthia, could you please put in the chat box the word of the day again so that members can remember to use them in the chat box and when they have any opportunity to speak.
Okay, I'll do that now.
Thank you so much. Now you've also heard from our accountant, TM Abiola. You've heard from the listening evaluator. These are the people who make the role, the serving, the coming together to grow in developing, speaking, and leading. Beautiful. And you too are an important asset to this organization. So with that done, I'm going to pass the lectern on to the TMOD. Let us remember to be mellifluous in every way possible. Over to you, TM Clem.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Imabong. And that was a very mellifluous delivery from you and your team. Well done. And now I'm going to be engaging the first gear. Join me as we move on to the first segment of this meeting, which is the table topic session. And to lead us in this session is a very special Toastmaster, a special Toastmaster that is dear to my heart, the one that made my run as the Vice President Education in the last Toastmaster year very smooth and seamless one. The one I could easily run to, like, hey, Mama, it's our speech contest. I need help. Oh, help me. The one I could easily tell, it seems like I'm drawn in here. Help me. Tell me, there's a lot of reasons why I would be grateful for this special Toastmaster. Very special DTM, Chidi Chukudu Madu. And she'd be playing the role of our our table topic master. She has over a decade. She's been a member of this prestigious club for over a decade. She has won multiple awards and has served in various positions, Currently, she serves as the financial manager of
I do believe our Toastmaster of the day is experiencing some network issues. Madam General Evaluator, in the absence of Madam Toastmaster of the day, with your permission, I can go ahead and kickstart the table topic segments. I believe she was trying to do the introductions before her network.
Yes, please. Can I introduce you? Thank you very much. I'll be honored to introduce the TM and our speaker, evaluator. Yes, table topic. Please, can we have the introduction profile up? So I can do. Thank you very much. The DTM Chidi Ogo is what I prefer to call her. It's what she prefers to be called, by the way, in case you wanted to. So the DTM Chidi Ogo is, she has over a decade accolades just as a member of Toastmasters. She has won multiple awards. She's served in various roles, and she's going to be serving in multiple roles today as well. She is currently serving as the financial manager of the district of that. Her favorite quote is this: people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Why Toastmasters? Toastmasters unlocked her voice, that mellifluous voice of hers. It faded her fears and made the Kanzen her greatest story. Such a beautiful statement. I am excited now to a person that has the mellifluous character that I do aspire to become one day. DTM to your goal. The podium. Lectin is yours. And welcome back, Kim Clem.
very much Toastmaster Imabon for that, for stepping in.
All right. Thank you most graciously, our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Imabon. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Clementina. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to the table topic segment. Our Toastmaster of the Day has laid the foundation for this segment in her introduction, and I'm excited to be your Toastmaster of the Day. Today, our theme, Expressing Gratitude, is one that reminds us of the sweet and melodious ways that gratitude resonates in our lives, right? I do believe that gratitude can be as soothing as a mellifluous song. It can be as uplifting as a melodious tune, and it can be as heartfelt as a soulful music serenading our very being. And I want to kick off the segment with a quote by William Arthur Ward when he said that feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a gift and not giving it. So if you feel gratitude, why do you want to be selfish and not express it? And today we'll be doing a lot of unwrapping. We'll be unwrapping a lot of presents, a lot of gifts, and we will be sharing this with those that are actually meant to receive it. Before we go in, I want to remind us the essence and the purpose of table topics. Table topics is that segment of a Toastmasters meeting that helps us think on our faith. It gives us an opportunity to practice putting our thoughts together within a very short time and presenting our words and our thoughts in a manner that will make sense and be meaningful to the person or the people who are listening to us speak. So today, for 1 to 2 minutes, I will give you a prompt, and I would expect you to give us your feedback or share your gift with us based on the prompt that I've given you. I would want to encourage everyone to attempt to use the word of the day, because I believe that it would elevate the gifts that you're giving this afternoon. We know, we've heard, it's good to give our gratitude. We need to express gratitude. The president has used quote unquote to help us understand the importance and benefits of expressing gratitude. So for today's table topics, I will be using a spinning wheel to select prompts that would highlight the different ways that we can express gratitude. I call it the symphony of gratitude, right? And these prompts are sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, verbal, written, and creative arts. So please, if you want to be a part, if you want to express gratitude in any of these forms, use the virtual icon to raise your hand or drop a note on the chat box to say, I am in, and I will give you the opportunity. Spin a wheel, wherever it lands, I would read out the prompts behind that format. So if it's sight, I will read out the prompt behind sight. If it's sound, I will read out the prompt behind sound. If you have a melodious voice, I'm hoping that you pick sound so that perhaps we could hear you just thrill us with some tune this evening. I do see one hand up, Toastmaster Elizabeth. All right, so I would kickstart with Toastmaster Elizabeth, but I want to encourage our guests. Table topics is opportunity for those who are not playing roles in a meeting to actually speak. So I will start with Toastmaster Elizabeth because she's a Toastmaster and she would show us how this is done. But I would hope that our guests would begin to indicate their interest to participate in table topics. So just see how it's done and then take that challenge, step forward and speak. The Queen of Smiles, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Please confirm you can see me and you can hear my voice.
Absolutely. I can see you. I can hear your mellifluous voice. I will share my screen.
Both are correct.
And I will. Absolutely. All right. I will spin the wheel. Wherever it lands, that is what the question, the prompt that I will read out for you. All right. Let us go. Touch. Toastmaster Elizabeth, can you describe a time when a gentle touch or a hug expressed gratitude more than words could? It could be your touch or your hug, or it could be one you received. Can you describe a time when a gentle touch or a hug expressed gratitude more than words could? You have 1 to 2 minutes. I encourage you to use the word of the day.
Wow. Thank you so kindly, the Table Topics Master. Touch. Wow. Actually, I should describe a time when a touch meant so much to me. It is said that action speaks louder than words. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I believe you agree with me. Now, what do we describe as action? Do you know that a simple touch can be an action? I'll share a story with you. It's a story of how I was so pissed off. This, if I'm not making a mistake, in 2010, I was pissed off by someone who got me angry. And then my mentor, my guardian, my friend, late Reverend Father Dory Tubesa, saw how mad I was. I was at the top of my voice. And all he did to me was just this. I kept calm, like nothing had happened. You could see that if you were there, I was boiling. But that simple touch of his stopped my anger. Why did it stop it? This was because this man has done so much for me that even the event I went for, he was the one that paid for it. This was a man who had gone as far as helping me with his mellifluous way of speaking to change my life. But he had this soft touch. Yes, he is no more. But every time I do this, I still feel how much Father Dolly would say, champion, it is okay. Do you also have someone who does that to you? Or do you do that to someone? My dear friends, action indeed speaks louder than word. Sometimes don't say the word, but just touch that person. It's back to you, the Table Topics Master.
Thank you most graciously, Toastmaster Elizabeth. That was mellifluously delivered, and I agree with you. A touch sometimes is all that we need. That one touch definitely would resonate louder than 1,000 words. And I celebrate you, and I celebrate your mentor and your champion. You're a champion. I'm celebrating the champion's champion also this evening. Let us move on. Who else want to participate in table topics? You will agree with me that indeed expressing gratitude is a symphony. It's one that touches every aspect of our being. It could hit you like a melodious stone. It could hit you like a sumptuous meal in your tum-tum. So please let me see people indicate, raise your hands. I do not want to have to start calling anybody, but I will take on. Right now, I'm in charge. So if I don't see people indicate volunteering, I would definitely be calling out some names and bringing on the screen to take on a table topics question. And you are going to be, these questions are they're very easy questions. They're not difficult. They're all good. It's your experience or somebody else's experience that you've experienced. So please do not be shy. Don't be scared. We're all here to celebrate and express gratitude. Somebody is donating dossier E. Dossier, you've been donated. Not volunteered now. You have been donated. Dossier, do you want to participate in table topics? I can see Dossier. I can see Deborah. I can see Fidelis. I can see John Parker. Who? Come on. Let us see you. Come on and participate. I can see a champ on my, I don't know if she's playing a role this afternoon, but I definitely want to hear her speak. Toastmaster Tony, I'm coming for you. Perhaps if you're not playing a role, I'm going to come for you. You know I will come for you. But let me allow our guests to speak.
That's why I turned off my camera.
Oh, no, you can't hide. Ooh, no. So when the masquerade comes to the market square, no matter how that masquerade tries to hide, you will definitely see the masquerade that you know that, yes, that one right there. So you can't hide, whether you turn off your video or not, I can see you. All right, Daniel, do you want to speak? Daniel Oluwasiku. Deborah Adekomi, Dozier E. I don't want to believe we have shy people today on the call. Come on, just unmute and wait, it's the spinning wheel. Who knows? You might just land on the very one that you wanted. All right, let us see who's going next. Toastmaster Elizabeth has opened up the show, and Daniel.
Hi, everyone.
Yes, Daniel. Hello.
Good
Are you
evening.
ready?
What am I speaking? Yeah.
All right, I will spin the wheel, and wherever I land is what I'll give you the prompt and you speak on it. If you're able to put on your video, that would be lovely. But if not, it's fine. You can hear your voice, and that's always great. But if your video can come on, that would be appreciated. Really spinning. And it's written expression for that one. And Daniel, your prompt is this. Share a moment when writing or receiving a heartfelt note express gratitude in a powerful way with you. Sometimes a time when you received or you gave a heartfelt note. How did that resonate with you? How did that help you express or experience gratitude?
Okay, so there was a particular time it was a write-up by a colleague of mine. So basically I celebrated my birthday the day before and I wasn't at work. But the following day, that was what I was welcomed with on my desk. And it was just a very, very, like, I felt so happy seeing the write-up on my desk, although she wasn't there at the time, but then she had written it the day before, and it was a meticulously written. It was meticulously written, and I felt very happy about it. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly for responding, Daniel. And thank you. You used the word of the day in a very spectacular manner. And wow, I mean, getting handwritten notes, those definitely just hits on a different level. Imagine getting a note from someone, it's not typed out, it's handwritten. That tells you that what certain effort went in to actually conveying the feelings and the emotions of that person. It's different from when it's typed. Types sometimes feel so cold and it lacks warmth. So I definitely understand, Daniel, how that must have made you felt. And thank you for sharing that experience with us. All right, let's move on. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. Okay, I have two more prompts because I mean, people are too shy. I do not want to overshoot the table topics time. Two more prompts. Toastmaster Cynthia, you want to give it a shot? All right. Let us go and see what prompts you will get. And the wheel is lights. All right, Toastmaster Cynthia. Sights, goals. What is the most visually beautiful thing you've seen that inspired deep gratitude? What is the most visually beautiful thing that you have seen that has inspired gratitude?
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Please confirm you can hear me. Okay. To the question, you said, what is the most beautiful thing concerning sight I have seen? I recall the story of the time, not the time, my convocation. Yeah, my convocation. I wasn't expecting to see as much family members come for my convocation. And then I was deep down, I was very happy because I'm someone that don't know how to express how they feel. So in my gown, and my family members were all there, and the looks I was getting from them, like, thank you for making us proud. We appreciate your effort for going this far in life. They didn't say much, but they were giving the look. And then the look for my mom was all like she I like, if I'm to read her mind at that time, I guess I'll be reading something like, oh my God, I can't believe my daughter has made it this far. I'm so happy and I'm grateful. So that's the points, yeah, where sight meant a lot to me. Thank you very much for that question.
Thank you most graciously, Toastmaster Cynthia, for sharing that mellifluous experience. That took me back. I remember it's over 10 years. Maybe over 10 years. I can just imagine that scenario, especially when you're not expecting it. It's like you're expecting to see 10, and then you see 10,000. Like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, I definitely just relate with that. I can imagine the sense of pride. Like, everybody's looking at like, how many people came. I'm sure they brought food. Did they cook food? Because I know that's what they do. They will cook food and they will come with the food. And they will distribute the food to whoever cares to come and eat. That must have been an enthralling experience for you. Thank you for sharing that with us. Madam Timer, do I have time for one or two more questions so that I know?
Yes, please.
One more or two more?
One more.
One more. All right. So I'll go to Toastmaster Oluwatoyin if I have one more. Toastmaster, I'm sure you know why I was asking, so that I know whether I can squeeze someone in before I come to knock on your door. But I have time for just one more. So I will spin the wheel and give you the question. All right, let us go on this journey and see where it takes us. Ooh, it just missed it. Woo. All right. I thought it was going to just stay on that sound, like stay there, stay there. And the guy said, no, let's go. He definitely obviously knows that, yes, this is somebody who enjoys good food. All right, so it's tastes. And the prompt for taste is, share about a taste or a meal that has filled you with gratitude. And why was this so special? About a taste or a meal that has filled you with gratitude, and why was this so special?
Thank you so much, my amiable and mellifluous TM, Table Topics Master, TTM. I really appreciate it. Before I go into my table topics, I want to ask a very, very serious question. Nigerian jollof or Ghanaian jollof? Which one do you prefer? The truth is that whatever jollof you prefer, this food was crafted, brought together. The recipe was divinely selected by some gods. I especially believe that jollof rice is not a food that was humanly conceived. I think the recipe was handed straight down from God himself. Because how do you explain rice, plain old rice, tasting so tangy, yet spicy, yet umami, and still has time to go with other condiments like fried plantain, like salad, like grilled chicken, fried fish, fried beef, anything goes. Then you now finish it off with a chilled bottle of malt. I know your mouth is watering, just like mine waters anytime I think about jollof rice. And one of my biggest achievements this year is perfecting the right recipe for jollof. I wish I could invite you to come to my house. I am sure that my jollof cooking skills will make you stay some extra days, because what's life without jollof rice? If you are sad, it's jollof rice. If you're confused, it's jollof rice. If you wake up and you're not feeling strong, just eat jollof rice. Anything you're facing in life, as long as it's jollof. In fact, I want to rewrite a quote. The quote originally says, where there's a will, there's a way. No, where there's jollof, there's a way. The Table Topics Master.
Where there is jollof, there is a way. I concur to that. I concur to that quote. I concur to that saying. Matter of fact, if you're fighting with anybody, just give the person jollof. That one will be settled automatically. And Toastmaster Oluwatoyin, what a way to end the responses. I'm salivating. I can just imagine in my brain. I'm imagining that. Whew, what would I call it? It's a palette of flavors. Jollof, tangy, and being able to be combined with everything combinable. And today is Sunday. You have just given some of us assignments this afternoon. But thank you for sharing, and thank you for being a part of the table topic segment. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I want to appreciate everyone who has participated in table topics. I want to thank you for your thoughtful and your mellifluous responses. We do know, I would say that gratitude is, it's much like it's a melody. It's something that touches all of our senses. It touches us in ways that sometimes words cannot describe it. And I'll leave you with a quote by Melody Beattie. She's an American author who said that gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, confusion to clarity, and it can turn a meal into a feast. It can turn a house into a home, and it can turn a stranger into a friend. And now that we've heard different aspects of gratitude and how we can experience them and how we can share them, I want to encourage us to explore these different ways. Gratitude is not just about the words that we speak. It's about how we see people. It's about how we are seen. It's about how we share our gifts with others. So share your gifts and practice how to share them. Gratitude, table topics, they have something in common. It's something that you have to practice over and over to get better and better at. So whilst you're practicing to share gratitude and receive gratitude, also practice how to speak off the cuff. So that when you have the opportunity either to express gratitude or to speak, you will do it like a champion. Once again, thank you to everyone. And Toastmaster of the Day, over to you.
Thank you very kindly, table topic master, for that mellifluous presentation of the table topic session. I'm sure we all enjoyed the sail through this particular segment of this meeting. And the speakers, whoa, they were on fire. Even from the seasoned Toastmasters to our guest, you could even see our guest, Toastmaster Daniel, who utilized the word of the day, mellifluous, in the delivery of his speech. That was really, really, really fascinating for me. Congratulations to all the speakers. And yes, now we're taking the next gear. Join me on this ride as we move on to the next segment of this meeting, and which is the prepared speech segment. Trust me, it's going to be a show, because, especially for our guests, because our speakers today have put in the work to ensure that they deliver some very, very mellifluous speeches, and you're going to enjoy this. And to introduce our first speaker for today, our first speaker will be evaluated by Toastmaster Elizabeth. Can we have the bio for Toastmaster Elizabeth? Anyways, Toastmaster Elizabeth, even without the bio, I can actually introduce her. She's our very special queen of smiles. Once you see her camera on, I mean, trust me, she's giving you that mellifluous smile, and you are sure to catch that smile, because you would testify right after she gets on the virtual lantern to introduce her speaker. So it's over to you, our ever queen of smile. Please introduce the speaker and also let us know her speaking objective. Thank you.
Thank you so kindly, Madam TMOD. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
All right. Thank you. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. This afternoon, we would be listening to a speaker. We'll be listening to Melifulu's voice by a speaker who is ready to tell us about herself. Toastmaster Alice will be breaking the ice this afternoon. What do we mean by ice? Breaking the ice. It's an icebreaker speech, which is part of the Toastmasters project. She's speaking from the Presentation Mastery Pathway, Level 1, Project 1. And the objective of this speech is for the speaker to tell us who she is, for us to know her as a member of the club. So fellow Toastmasters and guests, please sit back, relax, and enjoy the Melifulu's presentation of Toastmaster Alice as she tells us who she is and what we should know about her. After the speech, I'll be coming back to give her feedback on her presentation. Thank you, and it's back to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very kindly, evaluator. So it's over to you, Toastmaster Alice. Break a leg.
Have you ever wanted to speak up but felt too scared? Have you ever tried to address someone but felt like the cat got your tongue? Have you ever started speaking and suddenly forgot everything you wanted to say? You see, that was me a few months ago. And those feelings led me to join Toastmasters. Good day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Udo Alice Choma. I am from Abia State. I am from a family of 4. 3 girls and a boy. Have you ever met someone who loves to help those around them? That is me. As a social media manager for my mom's business, I have learned out the valuable skills in creativity, connecting with people, and being ahead of my mates. Currently, I am preparing to apply for university through JAM next year to pursue a degree in nursing. When I am not working or studying, you can find me listening to my favorite Christian songs or watching movies. Christian song, especially Victory. Victory is My Name by Snatch. You can also find me watching Nigerian movie, Korean movies too. A backstory to 3 months ago. I attended RILA program, which means leadership, youth. I attended the RILA program, which means Rotary Youth Leadership Academy. It was a turning point for me. It was part of my a backstory to 3 months ago. I attended RILA program, which means Rotary Youth Leadership Academy. It was a turning point for me. I was part of this 36 outstanding students out of 330 candidates. We are all in group of 27 candidates in 12 groups. And my group was the second one. We were called Valeria Boga. I was one of the watch leaders, even though I was discouraged by words of my fellow group members. But I was also encouraged by some of my fellow group members who motivated me and helped me in my role that day. We had a drama called The Woman King, and we took first. And we participated in cooking competition. That 9 days was kind of a hell because I didn't like their food, but it was a turning point because I learned so much from the likes of Ali Baba, Kanayo, and it was a great experience for me. This ignited my passion for leadership and effective communication. This gave me the passion to give my speech. The three main reasons why I joined Toastmasters: 1, to improve my speaking skills; 2, to build confidence in public speaking; and 3, to expand my network. Through Toastmasters, I hope to overcome fear, doubt, and anxiety, sharing my ideas and experience and learning from you. As Nelson Mandela, a former South Africa president, said, "The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." This quote inspires me to keep pushing forward. So join me on my journey. Let's rise together and make our voice heard. Thank you. And I remain Udo Alice Chioma.
That was a mellifluous delivery. Toastmaster Alice, you're a star. You've done so amazing. And congratulations for not just breaking the ice, you shattered the ice. A big congratulations to you, Toastmaster Alice. And now, moving on, we'll be taking on our next speaker. And to introduce our next speaker for today would be his general evaluator, Toastmaster DTM Chooks. DTM Chooks, could you kindly do us the honor of introducing the... Oh, fantastic. So DTM Chooks is a salesperson. He is the immediate past Division K director. Wow. And his mantra is, where you are born is not as important as what's born in you. And that's a very fantastic quote. The quote is by himself, DTM Chooks. So DTM Chooks, kindly introduce us to the speech and the objective of the speech. It's over to you, DTM Chooks.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster today, Toastmaster Clementina. Hello, LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club. Lovely, lovely, lovely to be here and to see all of us once again. Today, we continue on this journey of really amazing mellifluous voices. We go to a true juggernaut now for the second speech of today, coming from none other than the double DTM herself, distinguished Toastmaster Chidiogo Chukwudimadu. Today, on that journey to completing yet another part on Pathways, this time the part called Visionary Communications, DTM Chidi will be delivering a speech from level 3. The theme of this speech is using descriptive language. A simple goal of this speech today is to show us how we can use really descriptive language, the power of language, to improve interest and engagement with our storytelling. That's all we want to see, and that's all we'll be providing feedback on at the time that the evaluations kick off subsequently. She's decided to title this The Crips That Changed Me. It's 5 to 7 minutes. For a formal introduction, let's go back to our Toastmaster of the day. Back to you.
Thank you very much, TM Cooks. Yeah, it's a delight to have you on our call today. Zoom Master, kindly put up the profile of DTM Chidi. DTM Chidi doesn't even require any further introduction. She's a special Toastmaster. And I've already she's been rightly introduced. I've already read through her profile before now, and she's an amazing Toastmasters. And trust me, we're ready for the show. It's over to you, DTM Chidi.
Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster of the day. It was supposed to be a typical Saturday evening for me. You know, lounging in my lounge, binge watching a movie, and generally just feeling good. But when the lights flickered and the cockroaches began to gather, everything changed. Suddenly, I was in a movie that I had not auditioned for, I had no script for, and I had no idea how it was going to play out. The Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I remember my childhood quite vividly. It was cool, it was fun, it was absolutely mellifluous. But my fear of cockroaches, that was an unspoken knowledge in my home. The moment I saw a cockroach, I stomped on it without giving it a second thought. It's like how we breathe. We breathe without even thinking about it. That's how my relationship with cockroaches were. But my younger brother, oh, that boy had a completely different understanding. He adored them, he loved them, and he would gather them as pets. I mean, who uses a pest as a pet? Who does that? But that was my brother. And so we're always at loggerheads. On this very day, I had wanted to watch a movie. I loved horror movies. Everybody knew that. But on that day, my mother had warned me not to watch that movie. Obviously, she perhaps had seen it. So she knew that myself and the boss in the movie did not have a good relationship. She probably knew it was going to creep the hell out of me. But being who I was, who I am, I decided I was going to watch the movie. There I was, sitting majestically in my lounge, remote in hand, and I clicked play, and the movie started. This movie was about rats taking over the world, biting men one after the other and turning them into rat bees. Guess who their two ICs were? Cockroaches. Those cockroaches were in the home of men. They were the ones who were telling the rat who was ready to be converted to a rat bee. And there I was watching this movie, enjoying it. And suddenly, the lights flickered. Was that real? Was that in the movie? Was that in my home? I was alert because the cockroaches in there were pissing me off. I mean, how dare they find themselves in the home of people, enjoying the comfort of the homes, living like kings, eating sumptuous meals, and ratting out the humans to the rats? That was unacceptable. I was just having this thought in my head when the lights flickered the second time. And I was very alert.
my heart started beating at the rate at which Ben Johnson completed the 100-meter race. I didn't know what was real or not anymore. Because there on the screen, the rats were gathering. And from the corner of my eyes, I could see a cockroach on my wall. And then another one. I was like, no, it cannot be. The lights flickered a third time. And that was when everything went to hell. Because the cockroaches started gathering and they were looking at me eyeball to eyeball, as if telling me, we knew what you did. Ah, yes, I didn't tell you. Earlier that day, I had stomped on a cheeky cockroach. But how would they know? They were looking at me, inching closer, one step in front of the other. Ooh, they were gathering. And I did the only thing a sane human would do. I asked a question. Is anyone there? Is anyone there? And what met me was the creepy steps of those cockroaches. Their tiny steps sounded like the tune to my fear. And just like that, I was the star in a creepy horror movie that I didn't have a script for. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I couldn't hold it anymore because these cockroaches had eyes that were burning like a volcano. They suddenly appeared, huger than Goliath, as though they had just put themselves together like ants gathering to carry a log of wood. And before I knew it, I screamed so loud that the deaf man in 2 streets beyond heard me and screamed out for my mother to come save me. My mother ran in, just as I was dashing out of the lounge, and she was asking. Of course, I was screaming, cockroaches, cockroaches. She was like, what cockroaches? I could see them in my head, invading my thoughts, invading my skin, crawling all over me. My brain was filled with cockroaches. And I wondered how this woman could not see them. They were everywhere. And after I had calmed down, I understood something. And the cockroaches really weren't there. But my mind was perhaps playing tricks on me. After that experience, I learned 3 things, my friends. First is that fear really isn't such a bad thing. Fear sometimes could be life's way of teaching us certain lessons. Secondly, we need to learn when to let go. You don't have to stomp on every little thing that comes around you. I mean, those little things are perhaps going to teach you the greatest lessons of your life. You need to choose your battles and know when to let go. Thirdly, when you face challenges, your first instinct will be to run off. That's the humane thing to do. But after running, take a step back, analyze the situation, and figure out a way to deal with that issue. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, after that experience, when I see a cockroach, I don't stomp on it, but I don't turn a blind eye either. I just shove it out of my space and allow it to go on its journey without harm. Who am I to interfere with its life?
The fact that it's tiny doesn't mean it doesn't have feelings of its own, right? Yes. After all, the tiny David defeated the huge Goliath. I do not want to be the modern day Goliath and the cockroach being the David. These lessons that I learned are things that I have carried with me through life. The fact that it's okay to feel fear, the fact that little things could carry big lessons, the fact that we need to learn how to let go. Oh wait, did I say 3 things? Oh no, make that 4. The most important lesson, always listen to your mother. You can never be smarter than her. The Toastmaster of the day.
A resounding round of applause for our DTM Chidi for that mellifluous speech. Wow. And the lessons were very, very profound. Learn to choose your battle and know when to let go. That stood out strongly for me personally. And always listen to your mother. I mean, they are wise. And there's this popular adage that says, what an elder sees sitting down, I mean, you know the rest. So it's very important. And moving on to the next segment of this meeting is the evaluation segment. I would like for us to, I'd appreciate if the Zoom master can also help us set up a pool for the table topic speakers. I realized that we missed that at the start of the meeting. So is that something that is possible, Zoom master?
That'll be TMSC. I don't know if she's still on the call.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
In any case,
Let me see if it's something I can. Or do we have it set up already? Because I think she made me a host as well. So I'll just check if it's something I have the privilege of setting up.
oh, fantastic. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Olishola, for offering to take that up. While you're doing that, I'd like the timer to please give a timing report for the table topics. So just so we know the people who are qualified to be voted for. Okay, fantastic. So for the table topics, based on the timer's report, we have just 3 persons qualified to be voted for. Toastmaster Liz, Toastmaster Cynthia, and Toastmaster Oluwatoyin. Our intending Toastmaster Daniel, you spoke really well. Your speech was very mellifluous. Yeah, and I would appreciate if in subsequent speeches you're able to just speak a little more, because the standard time for your table topics is at least 1 minute. So, Toastmaster Olushola, please, do we have an update? Are you able to assist in setting up?
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Oh,
we'll try and figure it out. I'm working on it.
All right. So while we do that, I would like to call on our table topics evaluator. Zoom master, could you help put up our profile so we can introduce the table topic evaluator? Just my board. Okay. Our table topic evaluator is none other than our president, the club president, Toastmaster Olushola. He's a payment and fintech sales executive at the Global Card Network. He's also a business coach. He's currently our president and served as SAA and Assistant Vice President Education in previous administration. His favorite quote is, we are what we do repeatedly. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit, by Aristotle. So, join me. Are we ready, Toastmaster Olushola?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Please check your message. I sent you a direct message on the poll. But yes, ready for the evaluation.
All right. So, okay. Okay. Toastmaster Olushola, please, it's over to you.
All right, do you want to just give about a minute or thereabouts for everyone to please send their best table topic speaker directly to you, Madam TMOD, before I get into it, so that the evaluation does not skew people's choices?
Okay, that's fine. We can do that as well. So, can everyone send a direct message to me via Zoom on the best speakers? We had Toastmaster Liz, Toastmaster Cynthia, and Toastmaster Oluwatoyin.
From my end, I can only send direct message to the host and co-host.
Oh, hey.
Yes, thank
All
you.
right. So in order for us not to
Did we
take
send it directly to TM Olushola then? Or TM Liz?
Okay, let's just let me see if I can make Madam TMOD a co-host. I'll just check now. Okay, yes, I can. So I'll change that to a co-host. So please check. You should be able to send to her now.
Okay, so
Please
while we
confirm
take
you
the
can send.
1 minute to send in our polls for the best table topic speech, I would like to I remember at the start of this call, I had mentioned that would like to, get words of gratitude from the different speaker. So I'll be calling on, or I'd like volunteers, right, to just say something and that they are grateful for, express some sort of gratitude. Yeah, just maybe a sentence or two of what you are grateful for. If I can take like 2 people within 1 minute while we get the votes, while the votes come in. Okay, so I can see Toastmaster Cynthia in the chat channel. She said, I'm grateful for God and my mom. Fantastic. Yeah. Okay. And then I would say something I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for, so in the coming week, I'm going to be celebrating 10 years, my 10 years work anniversary. There's going to be a party. So if you would like to join, please just send me a direct message after this meeting. I'm grateful you know, like a small me being good, celebrating the 10-year anniversary. And you're all welcome to join my party on Friday. Yeah, so I'm grateful to be celebrating that. Yeah, so moving on, we have some of the votes in. And yes, at this point, we can proceed with the evaluation.
Okay, all right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, it has been a mellifluous session where different people actually spoke. And I love the creativity of our table topics master. Would I expect anything less from our delectable double DTM, Chidi Chukudimadu? Definitely not. And I love the creativity that she brought into it, the spinning wheel. Wish I can do that, you know, but I don't think I can at this particular point in time, but that was obviously very good. I think it kind of heightened our expectations around that. Moving on very quickly to the speakers. Our first speaker was TM Lees, and the question she was asked was to describe a time when a touch or hug that she received meant so much to her. And I love the fact that she repeated the questions, which gave quite some time to put our thoughts together. I also love the fact that she used the word of the day. I particularly loved her call to action when she spoke to us. And so, like the experienced Toastmaster that she is, she really demonstrated a whole lot of positives. And for every positive, there's always a challenge in terms of what can you improve. I would recommend that you use a virtual background. Your background was kind of noisy, kind of competed for attention. And so I would love that you actually use a virtual background when you're in that kind of environment so that we could focus more on you as the speaker and be less distracted by the background of where you were. But overall, an outstanding delivery, both in terms of content and the organization of your speech. Thank you for showing us how it is done. It takes a lot of courage to be the first, right? But you did step forward, so thank you so much for that. To intending Toastmaster Daniel, that was very, very courageous and brave of you, and thank you for stepping up to do that delivery. The question you got was, share a moment when you gave or received a heartfelt note which experienced gratitude, and you did step up to demonstrate bravery. I was particularly elated by your use of the word of the day. I mean, who would have heard you use the word of the day and think that you're not already a member of Toastmasters, right? Thank you for your intentional use of that word. That was very, very fantastic. What would I like you to improve on? I would love you to, when you receive the question, it's always worth your while to try to repeat the question and use that period of time to organize your thoughts and structure your delivery in your mind. You kind of went into it, and somewhere along the line, it seemed like you ran out of gas, which was the reason perhaps that you didn't meet the minimum time threshold. So repeating the question would have allowed you sufficient time to organize your thoughts and structure your delivery in your mind. The second thing is, I'm not sure if you actually did put on your video, but I did recall the Table Topics Master encouraging you to put on your video. If you did, I didn't notice it, but that's one thing I would have allowed you. And why is that important? It's because your communication is not just verbal, it's also visual. So it's important that people can not just hear you, but also see you. But very good one coming from you. Thank you for stepping up. And I'm looking forward to your being a member of the Toastmasters community to continue your development journey. Our third speaker is our shining star, I call her our diamond in the rough, and those diamonds are starting to shine through every single time we gather together. And that is Toastmaster Cynthia. The question that you picked was, describe the most visually beautiful thing you have seen which inspired gratitude. I love the fact that you repeated the question, which gave you ample time to structure your thoughts as well as organize your delivery. I also love the fact that you gave us a visual, because your question was, what was the most visual thing? And I love the fact that you went into some level of details to describe the kind of support you received from your family member and how you interpreted that on that particular day, to the extent that it stimulated a whole lot of gratitude from you. So that was very good. You used your words to give us a vivid imagination. What would I have loved for you to do better? I would have loved for you to infuse the word of the day, which is mellifluous, into your delivery at the end of the day, as the experienced Toastmaster that you are. I would also encourage you that you find a way to weave in a call to action. I think that would have really challenged your audience to be able to connect and learn to interpret visual as a form of gratitude. I feel like that was something that you kind of missed a trick in there, but fantastic delivery overall. Thank you for stepping forward to give us that delivery. To our fourth speaker, I'm so glad that you attended today's meeting. And I'm so glad that you actually did not remain a fly on the wall. So I'm super grateful to our table topic master that she actually challenged you with a question so that we could hear from your voice and we could benefit from the value that you bring to this Toastmasters community. What was the question that you were asked? I think this question, the gods already knew that you were a taste person. And no matter how much DTM Chidi wished that this was a sound thing, I guess because she probably feels that you have the talent to also share something with us around sound. But the gods of Sunday, the gods of Thanksgiving that knew some people just had to put together their final menu plans, just kind of skew this around taste and meal, right? And your question was, share about a taste or meal that filled you with gratitude. And you practically blew me away. Like the experienced Toastmasters that you are, you started with the question, you infused the word of the day. What totally blew me off was your visual creation in terms of the various ways that jollof could be laid out. And, at the end of the day, I left feeling hungry. The only thing that was left was for you to place a plate of jollof rice in front of me so that we could go on a break and do justice to the plate of jollof rice. Because right now, that is, if you ask me what would I want for lunch, that is the only thing that is popping up in my head. I've just got loads of words reading jollof, jollof, jollof. So I love the fact that you give us a visual creation. Nobody was in doubt as to the various ways they could really have their jollof rice. And thank you also for the call to action and the open invitation to the house. So if you're ever in our part of the world, please feel free to take her up on that offer of tantalizing yourself with our now perfected jollof rice menu. I will definitely be taking you up if I ever find myself around your neighborhood. It's always very challenging to find improvement. But Kaizen is all about improving. What would I have loved to do better, Toastmaster Oluwatoyin? I would have loved to I would recommend, right, that you actually, do stand so that we can have a full glare of you when you were giving that particular delivery. But the positioning of your camera was also great. We could see the upper part of your body, but it would have been great to actually see a fuller you. So thank you for that. Overall, it was a very mellifluous delivery by all our 4 speakers. They gave a good account of themselves, and they did enrich this particular meeting by extending to us through their stories how we can express gratitude at the end of the day. Thank you very much. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Kindly, Toastmaster Olushola, for that mellifluous presentation of your evaluation. And at this point, we'll go into the evaluation of the prepared speeches. I'll be calling on Toastmaster Elizabeth Iwoha to evaluate the speech of the first speaker.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. Please confirm I'm being heard.
Absolutely, yes, we can hear you.
All right, please permit me. I would not be able to put on my camera right now, but I'll just go straight into the evaluation of Toastmaster Alice. Toastmaster Alice Udo, can I see your face? If you're still on the call, please confirm you're on the call. I'll be sure I'm speaking to you. If you can't turn on your, all right. Thank you so kindly for putting on your camera. Wow. You were told to break the ice and then you shattered the ice. Why did you do that, Toastmaster Alice? That was a wonderful delivery. Congratulations on letting us hear your voice. Not only did you let us hear your voice, you asked us to join you to make our voices be heard. Thank you very much for that call to action. Of course, as Toastmasters, we would always join you to make our voices to be heard. Thank you. Toastmaster Alice, you started with a question, asking us if we've ever wanted to give a speech and all of a sudden it felt like we're all frozen. I bet you every Toastmaster on this call can attest to that our very first speech, we all felt that way. We all felt that way. I am speaking for Toastmasters on the call. So your question was valid. You asked a question, which is a very good way to go by, making your audience get connected to the speech that you want to deliver. By asking that question, we want to know where it is leading to. And then you took us through reminding us of your name and where you're from, telling us about your family background. The highlight of your speech, which I love, was the fact that you told us about the Rotary Leadership Program which you went, that was a turnaround for you, which made you think about the fact that you need to move into joining Toastmaster. That was a very good one for you to have made us know. You also told us about the fact that you want to go study nursing because you love to help people. The objective of this speech was for you to introduce yourself. Right now, I can say I know that Alice loves to help people. She's a social media person. This I know about you right now. It was a very good one. I also liked the fact that even when it felt like you wanted to stumble, because there was a time you wanted to, you overcame it and then went to the camera. You made the camera your playground, turning it around just for you to get that courage. That was a very good one to go by. It was good. Well done. And congratulations on meeting the objective of your speech. Here would be my feedback for you. It's very simple. You see, when you're speaking, before you speak, and you're using a virtual platform, try as much as possible to look at your camera positioning. Your camera was somehow low, you were looking down. You can take your camera a little bit up, just like I believe you saw DTM Chidi's speech. Make sure your camera is on such level. That would be the only recommendation I have for you. You've already started making us hear your voice. Don't stop. Keep speaking. You have a very, very powerful message, and the world wants to hear it. Congratulations, Toastmaster Alice, and thank you for sharing your story with us. It's back to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Elizabeth, for that evaluation of Toastmaster Alice's speech. And at this point, I would call on Toastmaster DTM Chooks to evaluate DTM Chukudi. Wow, what a rhyme. I didn't realize that. Speech. Yeah, it's over to you, DTM Chooks.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. And again, what an amazing speech we heard and experienced. We didn't just hear it, we experienced it, walked the sands of time with DTM Chidi through her fears and how they have formed her into the person that she is today. What was really good about the speech today, the real thrust of the speech today, was about descriptive language and using that to prop up the imagery, prop up the delivery of our storytelling. And she brought that home really nicely in multiple ways. The use of so many literary devices, metaphors that included heart racing faster than the pace at which Ben Johnson ran the 100 meters, use of triad. I'm a big fan of triad. Anything that comes in threes just has my ears propped up like, yes, yes, go, go, go. So when she said cool, her childhood was cool, fun, mellifluous, I was locked in the zone. She was in a movie she did not audition for, she did not pay for, she had no idea about. Those triads were really, really good. Where did I think that there was some room for improvement? Again, this becomes tougher and tougher as you engage double DTMs on probably fifth or sixth parts. And it is in that light also, I feel that some of these are important. There will be two key things I would mention. When we tell stories, every single word is important. So every word must come through with clarity and leave little room for ambiguity, little to zero room for ambiguity. So in the point where you mentioned, or where she had mentioned the boss in the movie, it left me thinking for a while, like, oh, who's the boss in the movie? It took me a while to figure out that it was probably Bose in the movie. And that's what we used to call the villain of the movie when we were growing up. I thought the villain would have communicated the message stronger there. Again, when you use that beautiful contrast around David and Lord Goliath, and I love that descriptive language also when you compared yourself to Goliath and the roaches to David. But when you said huger than Goliath, again, that's a word that we could have easily used bigger than Goliath, and that would have been clearer communication. So those little things do tend to become more important as our storytelling moves on to the next level. To really challenge yourself, I would say start your speeches with greater effect, greater aplomb. And this is a bit personal now, maybe not a recommendation according to the evaluation form, but I think our speeches have greater effect if we go straight into them as soon as we are introduced, compared to starting the speech by a greeting. If we do feel compelled to greet, we can greet after that lovely introduction you had about the light flickering and the cockroaches beginning to gather. That would be a great point also to bring that, just to improve the power of that opening and how you suck us in from the very beginning. With that said, it was a fantastic speech. I really loved the use of body language. I know in Toastmaster circles, we say these things almost pedantically, but today was really good because you showed us the part of your body that really added power to the gestures that you were communicating, you were using to communicate your delivery of the story today, and the way you enumerated the lessons at the end. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. I got to the end thinking, well, there's no plot twist to this story, but then there was a plot twist because from 3 lessons, we got to the 4th one, and the 4th one was even the most important one, concluding with a bang: listen to your mother. She's probably always right. Thank you very much, DTM Chidi. I look forward to listening again and again to you. Back to you, dear Toastmaster Clementina.
Thank you so much, DTM Chooks, for the evaluation of DTM Chidi's speech, and it was really, really insightful. I also took some learnings from that, and we would then go into the evaluation of the meeting, and to be evaluating the meeting overall, I'll be calling on the general evaluator. I'll be calling on the general evaluator to evaluate the meeting, to evaluate today's meeting. And it's over to you, our very special, I already said DTM, TM Imabong.
Thank you, TMOD, for that. Welcome. I'm excited to call back on the role players now. And the first person I call back is the timer. So TM Olorotobi, could you kindly come back on the lectern to give your report? I apologize for the noise again. TM Olorotobi.
Okay.
I do not see her on the call. So I'm going to move on to the next role player, simply because she's not on the call right now. I will call on the grammarian. TM Cynthia, please come back to the podium to give your report. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Hello, Toastmasters. I was not going to do this. See, all because of you, I am having jollof rice. I'm having even 2 plates. See, 2. You just your mellifluous voice just sprang. I was actually saving this food for after the meeting. See, I've had one drink. I have another drink. You're at fault. Yeah, back to the word of the day. I am very happy. I have my notes here. I've been taking notes, but I want to congratulate our guest for using the word of the day. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. Thank you. It shows that you are, I can't see. Thank you. Thank you very much. For my reports, Mr. President used the word of the day twice, TM Chooks once, TM Chidinma once, TM Olasimbo twice, TM Tony once, Daniel, our guest, once, TM Lee once, TM Chidi used the word of the day 4 times, and TM Imabong used the word of the day twice. And the winner is, drum roll, our very own TMOD. TM Clem used the word of the day 7 times. Let's give it to her, guys.
Oh, I never believed I was going to win this.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, TM Cynthia. It seems like everyone is eating jollof rice. I have mine too, but I'm not going to rub it in. Okay, so let's go to the next role player, who is the accountant, TM Abiola. Please come back to the lectern to give your reports on how we performed on our accountant.
Thank you so kindly, TM Imabong. So for the accountants, we have TM Olasimbo used one, she had 1 R, 1 OK, and 1 TM Olushola, 1 R, 1 long pause, and 1 you know. TM Clementina had 5 you know and 1 TM Oloruntobi, 1 and TM Cynthia, 2 you know and 2 and 1 so. So those were the filler words for today as people spoke in the meeting. And the person that had the most filler words is TM Clementina. Thank you. And that will be all for me.
Oh, thank you so much for that, TM. Use accounting. Try not to use it again. Use your breath to fill the pauses. Okay, now we call on the last person who's going to be giving the report. Is the listening evaluator. So I call on the listening evaluator. Back on the podium, TM.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be back now. Thank you, General Evaluator. It's great to be back now. It has been a mellifluous session filled up with exciting speeches and quotes. So I'm here to assess how well we've listened. So I'll start with who said gratitude is a melody. It touches all over our senses.
Mr. President.
Nope.
DTM could be.
Yep, that's correct. So who said my fear of cockroaches was unspoken knowledge in my house, in my home?
DTM Chukudi.
Yeah. Who mentioned my biggest achievement of the year is perfecting my jollof recipe?
TM Oluwatoyin.
Okay. So one more. Who said it was a turning point for me? I was part of 26 outstanding students out of
Alice.
Master Alice.
Thank you. This demonstrates that we've listened well. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator. Cheers.
Thank you so much, TM Salamatu, for that report. Okay, now it's my turn to give my own report. First of all, I'm going to have to apologize to everyone for the disruption of paused the meeting by thinking I am Superwoman to be out in an event and then do this role. But thank you for having me play this role. It has been a privilege to serve as a general evaluator today. Our meeting has been infused with the theme of gratitude. And I must say the energy in the room, virtual room, was truly maleficent. Yes, I think flowing smoothly from one segment to the next. Now let's take a moment to reflect on various aspects of our meeting, celebrating what went well, exploring areas that we can improve on. The overall meeting structure. The meeting began right on time, setting a professional and punctual tone from the onset. A big thank you to our Sergeant of Arms for ensuring everything was set up and ready to go. Thank you, TM Olasunbo. Toastmaster of the day did a great job. Thank you, TM Clem. I told you, you excel in this role every time. You did a great job, an outstanding job in guiding us through the agenda. Your warm, engaging, and magnificent voice just kept us connected, focused throughout the meeting. The transition between one segment to the next was seamless, showing excellent preparation. Now to our prepared speeches. Today we were fortunate to hear some truly inspirational prepared speeches. The ice was broken from TM Alice, our youngest and our new member of the club. We're proud of you.
to our experienced, distinguished Toastmaster, TM Chidiogo, who showed us how to deliver a speech. Although at some point I was really unsure who I should watch, the avatar or her face, because the face it was just a very beautiful view to watch both of the screens of TM Chidiogo. And the speakers, both of them effectively use vocal variety, gestures, and stage presence to keep the audience engaged. I was particularly impressed by how speakers managed to weave in the word of the day, mellifluous. I got it. In creative ways, enhancing their message and enriching our vocabulary. Evaluation. Our evaluators today demonstrated a deep depth of understanding of the Toastmaster spirit by offering constructive, balanced feedback. Your evaluations were filled with gratitude and encouragement, which truly uplifted our speakers. And I hope you got wonderful feedbacks there. However, and I'm going to now go into the table topic just because of time. The table topic master brought an excellent burst of spontaneity. DTM Chidiogo, you never fail us. And just like what, we're going to steal this idea. Is it stealing? We're borrowing the idea. We're recycling the idea. It was just a fantastic twist. So thank you for bringing a different way of just playing the role of table topics, master. The segment was lively, using the senses, which I just truly adored. It was a great mix of speakers stepping on to the challenge, from the intending Toastmasters to the first speaker who was experienced, who volunteered. Well done. It was wonderful to see even our newest members embrace the impromptu. Yes, okay. I'm going to go on that. On the role playing, thank you so much for the updates on the grammarian. Thank you for bringing your twist and infusing the jollof rice, which was brought from the table topic segment. That was great. Your word of the day was a great use. It was fun to use a beautiful word like mellifluous. I still need to practice this. So thank you for that. On our accounter and listening evaluator, thank you for the attentiveness. It was commendable, capturing details that many of us may have missed. The questions you posed were challenging. So thank you for these challenging questions to the listening evaluators. And thank you to everyone that actually contributed. One of the standout aspects of today's meeting was the positive atmosphere. The energy was great. Everyone was actively listening, especially with the disruptive noise. Each one of you contributed to the wonderful environment by being present, engaged, and respectful to each and every one's time and effort. Now, the recommendation I'm going to give for the future is to continue improving our meetings. The timing, we are over time right now. So it's learning how to manage our time more effectively, knowing where we need to cut a few things out, and how we could just respect each other's time as well. Now, the other recommendation would be encouraging the use of the word of the day. Although the chat box was busy with the word of the day, most people infused it in their speeches, while several members successfully used it. A gentle reminder at the beginning of each session is to keep encouraging. So put the word of the day in the chat box. And I think we did that successfully. We did a fantastic job overall in the meeting. It was a great opening by the president, who started off with the gratitude, who brought the essence of why we should be grateful, and the TMOD also bringing a relatable story on gratitude and who she was congratulating. Theme of the meeting. Now, my conclusion is this. Today's meeting was a beautiful blend of gratitude, learning, and community. Every member played a vital role in making this session a success. Let's continue to build on this momentum, supporting one another with kindness and encouragement as we grow here in this Toastmaster journey. Thank you to all of your mellifluous contribution today. I look forward to seeing you at our next meeting. And that is all for me. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you very kindly, my co-pilot.
I'm so sorry for the noise.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you so much. And yeah, we're gradually getting to our destination. And it's been a very mellifluous ride, you know, from the opening of the meeting to the table topics, the prepared speeches, and then the evaluation. Everyone who have stayed on the call from the start up until this point of the call. Thank you very much. And at this point, I would be handing over, okay, just before I hand over to the president, I would like to announce the best speaker for our table topic session. Drum rolls, please. And the best speaker for today's session. Can we take a guess? Okay,
Yeah,
let me just say. How many of you ate jollof rice today? How many of you are planning to eat jollof rice today? And how many of you would be dreaming about jollof rice tonight? That tells you who the winner of our table topic speaker is. Congratulations, my mentor, Toastmaster Oluwatoyin Bolajuko, who is our best speaker from today's session. Fantastic. I can see the TM Chini. She's planning to eat jollof rice tonight. We're together on this. Yeah. And that, for me, is a wrap. Congratulations to every one of us. And continue to live in thanks and continue to appreciate every little kind act that happens around you. And it's over to you, our president, Toastmaster Olushola.
Oh, wow. What a meeting indeed it has been. A big thank you to each and every one of our role players, to every one of our attendees. It's been such a mellifluous outing here on a sunny afternoon in the city of Lagos. Regardless of where you are in the world, we appreciate the connection that we've all been able to establish today. Before we go, just a couple of announcements. And I want to leave us with a parting thought. And this is from Cicero. It's a quote: "Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all the others." That's the quote by Cicero. And I think it just kind of wraps it all up for each and every one of us. As we go into the rest of this week, as we go into the rest of this year, it's from Thanksgiving to another celebratory mood going into Christmas and the New Year. I think it's important we hold that very dearly to our heart, that gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all the others. On that note, I would like to welcome our guests. Thank you for joining us for today's meeting. We appreciate your presence and your participation as well. Our next meeting is coming up on Saturday, December 14th. We are looking forward to having a hybrid meeting. However, we would confirm that to you prior to that date. The second thing I would love to announce is through the club contests, the area contest, we've had two of our amazing members really flying the flag so high. And that's in person of Toastmaster Cynthia and Toastmaster Elizabeth. And so the division contest comes up on Saturday, November 30th at the PSSDC office. I would like to encourage us to please turn out to come and cheer them on. So I hope we will make some time for that. For those of you that could make it, last night was the movie hangout, the divisional movie hangout, and I hope many of us were there. But if you did miss it like myself, for some reason or the other, never worry. There's another social hangout coming up on the 7th of December, and that's going to be a beach hangout, and it's an all-white affair. So please make it a point of duty to plan towards it and to equally attend. It gives you an opportunity to connect with other great minds within the Toastmaster ecosystem, as it were. On that note, I would love to thank each and every one of us for staying up until this time. At the peak of the meeting, we actually had about 23 persons. We've still got 14 of us on this call. So thank you so much for waiting it out. Thank you to all our guests. We would love to just get a minute to know you better, and hopefully you've had a minute or two to fill in the form, and that is very helpful so that we can then reach out to you and continue to engage with you as we help you to understand more of the benefits you stand to gain by being a member of the Toastmasters Club. On that note, I want to wish each and every one of us a happy Thanksgiving. Please do give hope to someone out there. Say your thank you. Give an appreciation. A thank you note, a hug, a smile, a song, whatever it is you want to do to express your gratitude. But please express it. You should. Because everybody needs to have their light fanned from time to time. And gratitude is one way that we can fan the flames of others. Thank you all, and do have a wonderful week ahead.
Thank you. Please, the guests, do not go yet. If we've got guests on the call. Hello, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for such a great meeting. Do we have guests on the call? I see. Hello.
Yes, we do.
Hi, Stanley.
Who are our guests on the call? I know Fidelis definitely is a guest, but who else are our guests on this call?
Hello, good evening, everyone. This is Fidelis.
Hi, Fidelis. Good evening. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you had a great time. It would be nice to actually just hear from your thoughts about the meeting.
Yeah, I think it was a very nice meeting. I'm one that is not too good with too much English, just the simple and correct one. So it's a privilege hearing people using the same word that was just used a minute ago, and people were able to put it in the right sentence to make the right meaning. And I like the idea of giving people ability to speak out. It builds confidence. It also gives a way of expression. So I think it's a nice gathering. I saw it on my cousin's status. With my favorite book cousin, it's always nice to give her support. So I said, what are you doing? She tried to say it. Whether I'm interested or not, I will always come as long as Tina is there. So I'm happy for everyone that is here. And hopefully I'll be in your next meeting. I can't guarantee that, but hopefully. But it was nice meeting everyone here. It was a meticulous meeting or whatever. So try to create the English word again now and see how we can use it properly. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Thank you, Fidelis, for that. It was great to hear you. Hello, Mr. Stanley. Thank you,
Yes,
Mr.
sorry.
Fidelis.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry, the lighting system, they just took the light. Sorry, the light just went off. So the room is a bit dark, although I'm trying to put on my video. So actually, I was invited here by a friend, because I told him that I'm interested in public speaking. And I mean, I joined a bit late. I think past 4 was when I joined the meeting. But so far, I mean, what I've gained so far has been, I was mesmerized by by the presentations. I think I met, it was when the last speaker, the lady, I don't know her name, but when she was giving her presentation was when I actually joined. So I was mesmerized.